Within this week's tick list, we'll be talking about James Pearson's ascent of what could be the hardest trad route in the world. We'll also be talking about Will Bosi, Beast, who's flashed another Font 8B+. And finally, there's a new 9B+ player in town with Jorge Diaz-Rullo's ascent in Margalef. James Pearson has made the first ascent of his long-standing project in Annot, France. James spied the line in 2021, 4 years after making the first ascent of Le Voyage, his 8B+, or in English money, £10 and 7A pence. But Bon Voyage then proceeds to traverse out left across a highly improbable looking wall on shallow pockets and huecos before finishing up a technical arête. The rock itself looks absolutely immaculate, and you've only got to take a look at a few of the photographs to see that this is an absolute classic. So were there to be a caveat to this, it's that James hasn't proposed a grade yet. So our idle speculation is exactly that. Speculation. However, speculating is kind of what we do here at UKC, particularly on the tick list. And when you look at the fact that Le Voyage itself was 8B+, and then take into account his pedigree within recent years, which includes a sense of things like Jacopo Larcher's Tribe, which is estimated to be in and around the 9A to 9A+ region, as Jacopo never himself graded it. He's also made the quickest ascent to date of Neil Gresham's E11 Lexicon up at Pavey Arc. UKC caught up with James and he had this to say: "This route took me longer than any other route or boulder I've ever tried, both in terms of days actively trying it and time preparing myself for it. 20 days, or thereabouts, over 2 years and 10 red points. Of those 20 days, at least 4 of them were spent brushing holds and trying to understand if the line might be possible. I spent more actual red point attempts on this than on Tribe, and all my other 9A sport routes, and had to train specifically on a fingerboard to be able to do the moves and link the intense fingery crux section." Around the time of the first descent, he also climbed 2 9As, each taking him around about 4 sessions and 4 to 5 red point goes, which contextualizes the form that he's on, especially when you compare that to the amount of effort required to make the first ascent of Bon Voyage. In terms of the grade, watch this space. James has said that he's going to get some hard routes under his belt to better gauge his ability, and also climb a bit more at Annot with some top level climbers, which should hopefully provide an answer as to what grade it actually is. Irrespective of what grade it is, it looks sensational. Man of the moment Will Bosi has flashed another Font 8B+ Graceland in Germany. This is Will's 3rd Font 8B+ flash, which brings him level with fellow 8B+ flasher Jakob Schubert, who is the only other person to have flashed 3 Font 8B+ boulder problems. And it's worth mentioning that in total, there's only 7 people to have ever flashed that grade. And the fact that Will is there at the forefront of the flashing, I've got to stop saying flashing quite as much, is seriously impressive. Will had an absolutely stonking 2022, with standout ascents including his own Honey Badger, Badger Cove, his Font 8C+, and then of course his repeat of Alphane, Sean Rabbitou's Font 9A. Will Bosi is also UKC readership's #1 candidate to repeat Stefano Ghisolfi's Excalibur project, which is no longer a project, and he's heading back that way in the next few weeks, so watch this space. Jorge Diaz-Rullo has made the first ascent of a new 9B+ in Margalef, Spain. Mirando La Sanfena climbs an existing 9B before linking into a 9A. The climbing is on sharp and shallow pockets, but apparently the crux of the route is simply its length, with Diaz-Rullo falling off the last move 2 separate times. Whilst this is Diaz-Rullo's first 9B+, he's climbed 7 9Bs before, and perhaps most astonishing of all, he's climbed 60 routes in the 9th grade. 60! 60! And he's only 24! Whilst the first ascent took him 2 months to climb, it's by no means his biggest project. And whilst out in Margalef, he's invested over 100 days into another route, Café Colombia, which he's yet to climb, that could come in, maybe, the magic grade of 9C. Please like and subscribe to our channel.